Hey guys, it's your boy Caleb Shoemate coming at you again today with another video, and today I want to discuss something that's very important, but I've put off for a while, to be honest with you, because I feel that the media is beating us over the head with it until we're almost mind numb. I know I am, but it's very important. It has to do with the Brett Kavanaugh hearings, and there's an issue that I don't believe the media at large is covering. Instead of talking so much about sexual allegations of rape, that I want to be clear, if he committed, he deserves the worst punishment the law can afford him. But if he did not, I feel sorry for him. But instead of talking about that so much, why don't we address the fact that he helped author the Patriot Act, one of the worst violations of the Fourth Amendment in modern history? I want to share a video clip with you of Judge Napolitano discussing this, and then I want to get into further critiques that I have of Kavanaugh that the Democrats could be bringing up, instead of going around the circles over sexual allegations that we don't even know are true or not.
Your right to think as you wish, to say what you think, to publish what you say. Your right to develop your own personality. I've told O'Reilly 100 times he better be grateful that that's a natural right. Your right to worship or not to worship. Your right to associate or not to associate. Your right to defend yourself. Which, of course, is not the right to shoot deer. It's the right to shoot at tyrants. If they take over the government and we have to drive them away or we have to secede. Just as we seceded from Great Britain. Your right to stay in your house without the government's troops coming in, the Third Amendment, and the quintessential American right in the Fourth, the right to be left alone, which of course today we call privacy. The Fourth is the most unique one because it says the people, doesn't say the citizens, it says the people shall not be interfered with in their persons, houses, papers, and effects. Persons, houses, papers, and effects, except by a warrant signed by a judge based on probable cause. Probable cause means probable cause of crime. It doesn't mean probable cause that you're talking to a book agent in Florence, a real case in which the NSA was listening to a conversation in Italian. They thought they were hearing a terrorist. They were just hearing a guy in New York trying to buy a book from the book agent in Florence. When the case came to court, the judge said, well, there's no prosecution here. They didn't come after you for anything you said. Therefore, there's no violation of the Fourth Amendment. Who wrote that opinion? See if you've heard of this guy. About which more later. Okay, so now we have to ask ourselves some questions. And the questions are, is this for real? Does the government really believe in the natural law tradition? Is this for real? Has anybody really consented to the government? But do you know anybody that's consented to the Constitution? I mean, do you consent to the Constitution by voting? Suppose you don't vote. Do you consent to the government if the people you voted for are not in the government? Do you consent to the government by walking on the sidewalk? If the government really believes that our laws are natural, then how could we have the Patriot Act, which permits federal agents to write their own search warrants, forgetting the requirement that only judges can issue search warrants under the Fourth Amendment? I could tell you stories about the Patriot Act, but not only does it permit federal agents to write their own search warrants, so FBI agent A writes a search warrant authorizing FBI agent B, there's got to be at least two of these characters involved in this, and then B can serve the search warrant. And when they serve the search warrant, they say, by the way, you can't tell anybody that we served this on you. That's another violation. You can't tell anybody. The government's going to enforce silence. What about Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech? What young lawyer was the scrivener when they were putting together the Patriot Act? There he is. Now you know why I was willing to get my fingers burned by pointing this out 10 days ago.
Hey Democrats, if you don't want Brett Kavanaugh on the Supreme Court so bad, let me help you out. Why don't you go after legitimate issues within his judicial record, such as the fact that he was okay with warrantless searches and mass collection by the NSA of United States citizens' telephone records in 2015, or the fact that he supported a warrantless search of a man named Paul Askew, who police found a gun on after they illegally searched him because he looked like someone they were looking for, or the fact that he knew about the Bush torture memos and didn't say anything about it under oath, or the fact that he was the guy who upheld the constitutionality of Obamacare as a tax. These should be things that make the American citizen's stomach turn. I don't want a Supreme Court justice who does not uphold the Fourth and Fifth Amendments and who rules that Obamacare is perfectly legal. Go read the Constitution. Nowhere is health care a right or a responsibility of the federal government. Nowhere is the American government allowed to spy on its citizens without a warrant. That's a direct violation of the Fourth Amendment, and it disgusts me. These are the things we should be going after. I'll link to all my sources below if you want to check them out and read more about the stories. But these are the things that are making me sick. We should not be going and making things out of baseless allegations. Yes, investigate them, but these are issues that will affect directly how he rules if appointed as a Supreme Court justice. Anybody who cares about liberty should be sick to their stomach to hear these things. Let due process take its course and take these things into consideration, please. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it around, and be sure to subscribe below and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. See you soon.